Namaskar, very good morning to one and all. On this August gathering, we, on behalf of Gujarat University, welcome you all to this inaugural function of National Seminar on Design and Development of Digital Content, organized by the Educational Multimedia Research Center, EMRC Gujarat University, in collaboration with the Consortium for Educational Communication, CEC, New Delhi. As we all know, Swayam Mukh's platform is world's largest online e-learning platform portal designed to achieve the three cardinal principles of educational policy: access, equity, and quality. Massive open online courses, MOOCs, are available to a vast and diverse global audience. And as we commemorate G20 events, we are also passing on the spirit of Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam in education fraternity through this seminar. At the onset, we take this opportunity to welcome our distinguished guest on the dais with your clappings. Please welcome our chief guest, Professor Dr. Jagat Bhushan Nadda, Director, CEC, New Delhi. Our keynote speaker, Professor Samir Sahasrabuddhe, Professor of Practice and Design, IIT Gandhinagar. Honorable Vice Chancellor, Gujarat University, Professor Dr. Himanshu Pandya, who is also Chairman of EMRC Gujarat University, and accompanied by Mr. Naresh Dave, Director, EMRC Gujarat University. The father of modern physics, Albert Einstein, has said, "It is the supreme art of the teacher to awaken joy in creative expression and knowledge." Let us begin this event with the blessings of the supreme power. We invite all the dignitaries to come forward in the lamp lighting ritual to call upon the Almighty.
बोधिपदेव रूपस्त्वं कर्मसाक्षी हवेग्नकृत् यावद् कर्म समाप्ये स्यात् तावत् त्वं सुस्थिरो भव। अग्निर्ज्योतिर्ज्योतिरग्नेः स्वाहा सूर्यो वर्चो ज्योतिर्वर्चः स्वाहा अग्निर्वर्चो ज्योतिर्वर्चः स्वाहा ज्योतिः सूर्यः सूर्यो ज्योतिः स्वाहा।
हम आशा करते हैं इस दीप प्रज्वलन के जरिए इस सेमिनार में डिजिटल कंटेंट में भी ज्ञान का दीपक प्रज्वलित हो. This ritual will be followed by Gujarat University song. You all are requested to remain standing for the Gujarat University song.
वंदन अभिनंदन वंदन अभिनंदन वंदन अभिनंदन वंदन अभिनंदन वंदन अभिनंदन गुजरात यूनिवर्सिटी आपणी गुजरात यूनिवर्सिटी आपणी विद्या तणु तपोवन वंदन अभिनंदन वंदन अभिनंदन वंदन अभिनंदन वंदन अभिनंदन राष्ट्र चेतना कला साधना खेल भावना विकसे विश्व मानवी बनी गुजराती विश्व सकल माविल से स्नेह संप सहकारनी साथे देती तू सन्मति सौना साथ ने संगाते सौ सिद्ध करे उन्नति प्रेम बंधुता समानताना पल पल प्रसरे स्पंदन वंदन अभिनंदन वंदन अभिनंदन वंदन अभिनंदन वंदन अभिनंदन वंदन अभिनंदन वंदन अभिनंदन वंदन अभिनंदन.
Thank you. This seminar is intended to raise awareness and provide an update on the entire digital content course process so that all interested faculty members can introduce their respective courses and help the students to take advantage of this national initiative. At this moment, we would like to felicitate our eminent guest present on the dais. I will request Honorable Vice Chancellor Sir to welcome our chief guest, Professor Dr. Jagat Bhushan Nadda, Director CEC New Delhi, with a memento and bouquet. Professor Dr. Jagat Bhushan Nadda. Thank you very much. Now we request Mr. Naresh Dave, Director EMRC, to greet Professor Samir S. Sahasrabudde, Professor in Practice of Design, IIT Gandhinagar. Thank you very much. The UGC MHRD has established 21 EMRCs across the nation under the supervision of the CEC, and EMRC Ahmedabad is one of them. The center actively produces educational materials for students in higher education and has developed excellent educational tools for students and helped them access the vast educational resources available within and outside the state in the form of TV programs, e-content, MOOCs, and a 24-hour DTH channel, Swayam Prabha. At present, Mr. Naresh Dave is contributing his knowledge as the director of the Gujarat University EMRC. Now we request Mr. Naresh Dave sir for the welcome address.
સૌ પ્રથમ તો ગુડ મોર્નિંગ એવરીબડી. ડાયરેક્ટર સીસી યુજીસી ન્યૂ દિલ્હી પ્રોફેસર ડોક્ટર જગતભૂષણ નડ્ડા સર, ઓનરેબલ વાઇસ ચાન્સેલર ડોક્ટર હિમાંશુભાઈ પંડ્યા, પ્રોફેસર ઇન પ્રેક્ટિસ આઈઆઈટી ગાંધીનગર ડોક્ટર સમીર સહસ્ત્રબુદ્ધેજી, રજિસ્ટ્રાર સર PM પટેલ સર, આઈ થિંક હાજર નથી, લખ્યું છે એટલે વાંચી ગયો છું. મિત્રો, ડિજિટલ કન્ટેન્ટના સંદર્ભમાં આજે એક નેશનલ સેમિનાર યોજવા માટેનું સૂચન CEC દિલ્હી તરફથી અમને કરવામાં આવ્યું અને અમે એનો સહર્ષ સ્વીકાર કર્યો અને વાઇસ ચાન્સેલર સરે કહ્યું કે એકદમ આ તમામને ઉપયોગી થાય એ રીતે એનું આયોજન થવું જોઈએ. તો પાર્ટિસિપન્ટ કોણ હોઈ શકે કે જે વધુ લોકો સુધી પહોંચાડી શકે? અને મને એવું લાગે છે કે અધ્યાપક એટલે કે અધ્યાપકો છે એ છેક નીચેના સ્તર સુધી અને દૂર સુધી કન્ટેન્ટને પહોંચાડી શકે. અને ડિજિટલ કન્ટેન્ટ, તો ડિજિટલ કન્ટેન્ટ પર વધુ ભાર મૂકવામાં એટલે આવી રહ્યો છે કે આજકાલ જે કન્ટેન્ટ આપણે ઇન્ટરનેટ પર નિહાળી રહ્યા છીએ જુદા જુદા પ્લેટફોર્મ્સ પર, અને એમાં અલગ અલગ વેરાયટીઝ છે, પણ એમાં એજ્યુકેશન ક્યાંય દેખાતું નથી. મનોરંજન વધારે છે આપણે જે જોઈએ છે એમાં. તમને એવું લાગ્યું કે એજ્યુકેશન કન્ટેન્ટ કેવી રીતે આપણે બધા સુધી પહોંચાડી શકીએ ને સાચા ફોર્મેટમાં અને જે આપવા માંગીએ છીએ? તો મને એવું લાગે છે કે આ નેશનલ સેમિનાર એ અહીંયા જે પાર્ટિસિપન્ટ છે મોર દેન 100, એ બધા ત્યાં સુધી પહોંચાડશે. 2 દિવસનો જે સમય છે એ સમય દરમિયાન મારે એક બીજી વાત કરવી છે કે હું મીડિયા બેકગ્રાઉન્ડમાંથી આવું છું. 35 યર્સ મેં મીડિયા બેકગ્રાઉન્ડમાં અને ખાસ કરીને મલ્ટી લેંગ્વેજમાં મેં કામ કર્યું છે. ઈટીવીની 13 લેંગ્વેજમાં અમે ન્યૂઝ આપી રહ્યા હતા. ત્યારે મને એવું લાગ્યું કે રિજનલ લેંગ્વેજ છે ને એનો પાવર ઘણો છે, રિજનલ લેંગ્વેજનો. એટલા માટે જો છેવાડાના માનવી સુધી પહોંચવું હશે તો એના માટે રિજનલ લેંગ્વેજ જરૂરી છે. જે જમાનામાં માત્ર ઇંગ્લિશ અને હિન્દી લેંગ્વેજમાં ચેનલ ચાલતી હતી ત્યારે 13 લેંગ્વેજમાં ઈટીવીએ શરૂ કર્યું, અને આજે એવું છે કે દરેક રિજનલ ચેનલ્સ બધી ચાલી રહી છે લેંગ્વેજમાં. તો એજ્યુકેશનના મામલામાં પણ જો કચ્છમાં છેક છેડાવાળે રહેતો માણસ હોય, કિલ્લા પારડીમાં હોય કે બનાસકાંઠાના આદિવાસી વિસ્તારમાં હોય, તો એને જો એની પોતાની લેંગ્વેજમાં કંઈ મળશે ને તો મને એવું લાગે છે કે ઝડપથી મેળવી પણ શકશે. અંગ્રેજી અને હિન્દીની જરૂર તો છે જ, એની આપણે ના નથી પાડતા, પણ રિજનલ લેંગ્વેજ પર જો ભાર મૂકવામાં આવે તો મને એવું લાગે છે કે વધારે લોકો સુધી અસરકારક રીતે પહોંચી શકશે. અને સીઈસી પણ અત્યારે જે મૂક્સ બનાવવાની જે કામગીરી હોય છે, જે મૂક્સ અહીંયા આવીને સમજ્યો, મારા માટે પણ નવું હતું, પણ હું જે સમજ્યો છું એની આવશ્યકતા ઘણી પણ છે. અને દિલ્હીથી પ્રોગ્રામ તૈયાર થાય એ જ રીતે પ્રાદેશિક લેવલે પણ પ્રોગ્રામ તૈયાર થાય. એ પ્રોગ્રામ છે એ પ્રદેશમાં વધુ અસર કરતા બને. અને મલ્ટી લેંગ્વેજમાં ઇન્ટર એક્સચેન્જ થાય કે ગુજરાતની એક કોઈ સારી વાત છે એ પંજાબી લેંગ્વેજમાં ટ્રાન્સલેટ થઈને ત્યાં પહોંચે. આસામમાં કોઈ એક નવો પ્રયોગ થાય, બરોબર. અમે હમણાં મદુરાઈમાં પ્રકૃતિ ફિલ્મ ફેસ્ટિવલમાં જ્યારે ભાગ લીધો ત્યારે અમે ગયા હતા. ત્યાં એક એજ્યુકેશન ઓન બોટ એવી એક ફિલ્મ બતાવવામાં આવી. તો આ કોન્સેપ્ટ એક બંગાળમાં કે બાંગ્લાદેશના વિસ્તાર બાજુ છે, પણ સારું હોય કે એ જ કોન્સેપ્ટ જે છે એ બધા બાકીના બધા પણ એ સ્વીકારી શકે. એટલે મારો મુદ્દો કે મને બહુ આમ પેલું ભાષણ વાળું મુદ્દો આવતો નથી, એટલે હું વાત જ કરી રહ્યો છું આપની સાથે. પણ રિજનલ લેંગ્વેજમાં એજ્યુકેશનનું કન્ટેન્ટ અને સૌથી મહત્વનું કે સરળ ભાષામાં કન્ટેન્ટ. મને એક વાત બહુ સમજાણી છે. ગાંધીજી એવું કહેતા કે પત્રકારત્વ સરળ ભાષામાં હોવું જોઈએ. એમાં એમને જ્યારે પણ રિફર કર્યા છે ત્યારે. તો આપણું પણ એજ્યુકેશન એકદમ સરળ ભાષામાં ઈ કન્ટેન્ટ દ્વારા જ્યારે પહોંચશે ત્યારે બધાના હાથમાં મોબાઈલ આવી ગયા છે. છેવાડામાં પેલા ગામના સીમાડે બેસતો માણસ બી અત્યારે સર્ફિંગ કરી રહ્યો છે, પણ એના સુધી જો યોગ્ય કન્ટેન્ટ નહીં પૂરું પાડીએ તો એ બાકીનું બધું જોવાનો છે અને જોઈ રહ્યો છે. તો મને એવું લાગે છે કે આ 2 દિવસના વર્કશોપમાં તમે જે બધા આવી રહ્યા છો એ બધા એટલા સવાલો પૂછશો કે આમાં શું કરી શકાય. એટલે એક્સપર્ટ્સ છે અહીંયા, સમીરભાઈ છે અને બાકીના બધા આપણી સાથે અજીતા દેશમુખ પુનાથી છે, કોમલબેન છે અહીંયા ગુજરાત યુનિવર્સિટીથી, નીલમબેન પંચાલ બીકે સ્કૂલ ઓફ બિઝનેસ મેનેજમેન્ટમાંથી છે, સારિકાબેન ચૌહાણ છે. તો બધા એક્સપર્ટ્સનો લાભ તમે બરોબર લેજો. મારો મુદ્દો એવો છે કહેવાનો કે પાર્ટિસિપન્ટ્સ છે બધા લે. અને ગુજરાત યુનિવર્સિટી મેં 35 વર્ષ પહેલા જોઈ છે અને આજે મેં જોઈ છે હિમાંશુભાઈ, એમાં એકદમ 100 નહીં, કદાચ 200-300. એટલે મને યાદ છે કેન્ટીન હતી ને કેન્ટીનની નીચે એક નાનકડો જગ્યા હોય ને ત્યાં બધા બેઠા હોય. અને આજે હું મારા મિત્રોને એવું કહું કે ઈમઆરસી આવવાનું છે કેમ્પસમાં, તો અંદરથી આવવું પડશે. એ હદે આપણે એટલે એ ઝડપે ને સરસ રીતે યુનિવર્સિટીનું કેમ્પસ છે સરે ડેવલપ કર્યું છે. એટલે આમ મૌખિક કહેતો જ પણ જાહેરમાં કહેવાની તક આજે મળી છે એટલે મેં આપને કહી દીધું. અને હવે આપણે આગળ કાર્યક્રમને વધારીશું. થેન્ક યુ વેરી મચ.
Thank you very much, sir, for your opening remarks. You rightly emphasized the importance of developing the content in regional language also, which is also a key point of an NEP 2020. Now moving ahead, we would like to share one thing that we have registration of more than 100 participants. 113 participants have been registered for this seminar. And right now, this inaugural session is being broadcasted live on Swayam Prabha channel, DTH channel number 7 as well. For this 2-day seminar, Professor Samir Sahasrabudhe is the technical expert. He is a professor of practice in design at IIT Gandhinagar. He has a cumulative experience of over 25 years in various fields such as advertising, animation, filmmaking, and educational multimedia production. Prior to this, he was the director at EMRC Pune. He spearheaded the production of audiovisual production of MOOCs and also conducted capacity building programs for MOOC instructors to inculcate learner-centric approaches in their content creation for MOOCs. He has contributed in the development of the learner-centric model and has created many MOOCs for IIT Bombayx, edX, and Swayam. His course on 3D visualization and animation is subscribed by over 1 lakh learners worldwide and was shortlisted for the edX Prize 2019. Professor Sahasrabudhe holds a PhD in subject communication, PG diplomas in distant education and animation filmmaking, and a graduation in fine arts. Please welcome Professor Samir Sahasrabudhe for the keynote address.
Okay, thank you. All the dignitaries on the dais, the Honorable Vice Chancellor, Professor Nadda, and the Director of EMRC Ahmedabad. It is nice to be at EMRC. It feels home. And small correction, because this is not going to be actually the keynote, because we'll have it after the break. But I will just press the keynotes here and then follow it up in the subsequent thing. So as the word suggests, keynote is actually derived from a music where there is a particular note denoted for the entire song. So without that note, the song won't sound like that, right? So it is a key ingredient of every piece in the song. So I'm just trying to summarize what would be the key factor in the next sessions to come for the next 2 days. We have kind of put together things from the perspective of achieving learner centricity in the content that we create. So I just wanted a poll by the raise of hand. How many of you have been a student in a Swayam course? So all of you are teachers, so the students can put their hands down. I know you would be definitely. Okay. How many teachers have been a student? Okay. How many of you have completed the course and got a certificate? Okay. Right. And how many of them would do the course even if there is no API score attached to it? Okay. 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 So how many of you have just registered on Swayam and never done a course? Okay, there are some half hands. So how many of you have used any video aggregator website such as YouTube or Vimeo or some other thing for learning something online? Okay, good numbers. Even students are raising hands. Okay. So what is one thing that you feel, if everything is available on YouTube anyway, then why do we need to worry about it? So what is one factor that really puts you off of not continuing it? Yeah. Yeah, tell me. Vipul. To find out the appropriate video out of the loads of video that come there. Okay, suppose we found out the appropriate video accordingly, then what's the, is it sufficient? Then will this problem get solved? Maybe ChatGPT will help you in that. But then, okay, if I find the appropriate video, what will happen? What would be the next thing? Any other? Okay. Okay. So it is one way. So my favorite sentence is that you are replaced by YouTube. Okay, so that doesn't help because still you don't have participation, right? So that is where we will start with. The next session after lunch would be about how to convert your videos from a monologue to a dialogue. Okay, and even if they are on YouTube, let me remind you that. So even if it is in a passive viewing mode, how can you convert your monologue videos, which is only beaming on one side, to a dialogue? Even if I talk about Swayam Prabha, which is beaming right now, this program, how to make this particular thing into a dialogue will be the first session after the keynote and the lunch. So I hope that would be interesting enough to keep you awake after a good lunch that these people have organized. And Professor Ajita Deshmukh from MIT ADT University Pune would be the person to do this lecture. This will be also followed by a small hands-on session after tea to keep you awake again. And we will give you some homework to keep you awake after your dinner at home. And come prepared tomorrow morning for a couple of sessions which are very beautifully curated. One is for how to face the cameras, because now once you have written your own script, then we would try to talk to you about how to face the cameras. We will also have a tour of EMRC studios where we'll go there and try to record your own sessions. We'll have Professor, yes, so she is going to actually talk to you about how to write a proposal for a MOOC. Okay, so that would be another session, important session. And finally, post lunch tomorrow, we'll have a session by Professor Sarika Chauhan, who will talk about using copyright-free material in your content. Because many of us use a lot of content from the internet, and we are not 100% sure whether this content is really free of cost and copyright-free, that we can use it. So we will answer most of the questions for you. So the homework actually starts for you right now. So all of you have a copy of the schedule, right? So I want you to write one question in front of every session, what you would like to ask the speaker, okay, whenever the session happens. So I would like to have that more schedule not go empty by the time the programs get over, right? So you can write one question at this point itself whenever you can think of a question to ask to the speaker there. So this is going to be the overall outline of things. So I would stop here right now so that I will have enough things to say when actual keynote starts. Okay, thank you very much for inviting me. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Professor Sahasrabudhe, for sharing your views and highlighting the key points to be discussed in the upcoming sessions of this seminar. Thank you very much. Gujarat University has grown remarkably over the past 74 years, becoming one of the top universities in the nation today. As the top-ranked institution in Gujarat state, it has grown significantly over the last 6 years under the capable direction of Professor Dr. Himanshu Pandya, Honorable Vice Chancellor and Chairman, EMRC Gujarat University. We request you, sir, to share your thought with us.
Good morning, Honorable Director, CEC, and our mentor, Professor J.V. Nadda, Professor Sahasrabudhe, and learned friends. Design and development of digital content. This is the topic for today's seminar at EMRC, and I really congratulate the director and the team to have the idea when we all are living in a digital era. Honorable Prime Minister emphasized more on the digital India part. Now, what does it mean? Being a unit of the society, we need to understand what are our contribution and how we can go further with the global requirements. To me, if you understand the digital delivery system, we need to understand the customer first. Wherever you are, whatever you are doing, you are developing number one course in the world, but whether it is served by the people, whether it is accepted by the common people, whether it is reaching to the requirement, that is the big question. So the interesting part is when we try to develop content digitally, we all are fascinated with the tools and techniques what we are using. To me, the content is very important. If you read the newspaper, if you go through some channels, if you go through some social media platforms, you will find the similar content. Even in academics, when we, as a scholar, when we serve the websites or the journals, if you write DNA and just put an enter, you will have 1,000 pages. So it's information overload. What to accept, what to believe, and up to what extent we need to understand what they're trying to convey. It's a big issue. This sort of seminar where we are interacting with the experts from different domains, they are coming from different fields and different cities. Students, those who are sitting here, I would request you people to just understand how the things are working, because you have to undergo 40% of your syllabus through digital content delivery system. As per the mandate of University Grants Commission, New Delhi, each and every institute is free to, allowed to deliver their content digitally 40%. That means out of your 100% syllabus, if you can prepare 40% MOOCs delivery system, it is accepted by the UGC and it is permitted by the UGC. So now it's a double responsibility with the teachers and students. When you try to communicate something subjective, then the interest of a student or a viewer is limited to 13 minutes only. This is the survey, international survey, that whenever you are before the screen, after every 13 minutes, you lose the concentration, whatever is your capacity. That means after 13 minutes, you have to add some sort of voiceover, some graphical representation, some animation, some sort of video or something like that. What I find on the MOOCs platforms or in the Swayamprabha channel, it's more classical and very early prepared sort of lectures. But now we are entering global requirement. When we are competing the global entities, we have to have that level of production of courses. Now, foreign universities are entering to your country. They have already entered. And you know, in GIFT City, we have 3 foreign campuses coordinating various foreign courses on your soil. What you need to understand is, if your one course developed by CEC and Gujarat University would impact on a global arena, that will be a big credit to your academic career. And we would like to help you out with all this facility. We would like to support you in terms of the technical aspects and the knowledge creation, whatever the tools you are looking for, whatever the techniques you are looking for, the software development and the digital platform content development and delivery system will be with you people for sure. And we are coming up with new courses. It's Institute of New Age Media, where, you know, after 5 years, what we think is the face of this media will be changed. Even today it is changed, but we are not accepting it. If you see the newspaper, the print media and the electronic media, the interest is changed and shifted to some new dimensions. This young generation, they never sit before the television and they never read newspaper. So for them, I think the social media platforms are the biggest influencer. And we need to have proper content to display on these media platforms. Otherwise, the misconception would lead and it can create a big chaos in the society. I give you an example. When we were talking about the chromosomal interactions and intra and extracellular interactions, that is a big debate in international arena where scientists are debating the happenings of DNA and the expression of DNA with extra chromosomal activities. Means beyond nucleus, if you think of the expressions. So in cytoplasm, there are few nuclear entities where we have the nucleic acid substances are present. So what to do with this? So there is a big debate going on. So the dissemination of knowledge was a big question where everybody was talking that whatever they are publishing is the right article. If you go to the some journal page, there are a group of people. They believe in certain ideology and some theories. They will never accept others' theory. Here the challenge is what to produce and up to what extent the clarity of the event should be entertained. You got my point? It's very difficult when you are talking of expressions of DNA, when you're talking of the nucleic acid. So the first question comes in your mind is, what is the definition? What is the principle to accept those theories? Like in every subject you go, this is the question. The primary understanding, the primary data, that is at question. We all derive our equation with the secondary data and its analysis. But the basic understanding, the basic platform, which is really important to develop any building, any sort of understanding, which is not communicated, which is not being in network. So a lot of differences are there. So when I'm preparing some education content for other university, for other players, I need to be very cautious. It's not about my interest. It's about the viewer's interest, which matters a lot. And to me, if you can understand the viewer's interest, you can deliver the best. Either it's your personal channel or you are developing the digital content for the national media. I think this sort of seminar would lead to an understanding where we can sit together and develop a network between a content developer, a technician, and a software and the technology, where everybody will sit together and develop something which will be beneficial for the knowledge gain. Thank you very much for calling me here. Wish you all the good luck, all the very best.
Thank you very much, sir, for your noteworthy address. Today's chief guest of this seminar is Professor Dr. Jagat Bhushan Nadda, Director, CEC, UGC, New Delhi. Professor Nadda is an accomplished academician, administrator, and a scholar who has the distinction of being appointed as professor in management at the young age of 37 and has since worked as a faculty in 8 different reputed universities and institutes of high standing across the country. He has vast and varied experience spanning over 32 years in the areas of management, by virtue of which he had been nominated on the board of governors of IIMs Udaipur and Kashipur and on the executive council of central and state universities. Prior to joining CEC, Professor Nadda has held many positions at Himachal Pradesh University, including Dean of Planning and Development, Coordinator of the UGC Cell, Registrar, and Director of the Institute of Management Studies. He has also served as Director of School of Business Management, Shulini University, Solan. An alumnus of Patna and Ranchi University, he has not only been a recipient of university's Best Teacher Awards, but has been awarded gold medals several times in his academic career. As a management student, he has also been consultant to many organizations. He has widely traveled in pursuit of academic excellence and has been instrumental in finalizing many collaborations with foreign universities, which concretized in signing of MOUs as well. His illustrious career as a dedicated teacher and a professional has been exemplary. And now we request you, sir, for your special address, Professor Dr. Jagat Bhushan Nadda.
Good morning to all of you. Honorable Vice Chancellor, Mr. Pandya ji, is a very good friend of mine. आज आप सब यहाँ सभागार में बैठे हैं तो इसके पीछे एक कहानी है. कहानी ये कि हमने सोचा एक सेमिनार कर लें. कई जगह हो रहे हैं, डिजिटल एजुकेशन पर हो रहे हैं, आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस पर हो रहे हैं, all being conducted by CEC in partnership with various media centers. You talk of a place, it's happening in Calicut, it's happening in Kanpur, it is happening in Chennai, it is happening in Madurai, so Kashmir, lot of places. लेकिन स्टार्ट यहां से हुआ, स्टार्ट यहां से हुआ कि मैंने इनको मैसेज किया कि एक मैं मूक्स पर वर्कशॉप करना चाहता हूं, सो आप लोग करेंगे? प्रशांत हमारे बड़े नजदीकी हैं, तो मुझे विश्वास भी है, दवे साहब पर भी विश्वास है कि द सेंटर इज वंडरफुल एंड अंडर द लीडरशिप ऑफ पांड्या जी आई थिंक थिंग्स वुड वर्क। तो मैंने, जिसको बोलते हैं ना किसी को छेड़ देना, तो वो मैंने छेड़ दिया इनको कि एक वर्कशॉप करना है। इन्होंने कहा गिव मी 5 मिनट्स, एंड इन 5 मिनट्स ही सेंड्स मी थ्री टॉपिक्स ऑन मूक्स कि इस पर करना है, कि इस पर करना है, कि इस पर करना है। अब प्रॉब्लम मुझे हो गई, क्योंकि अब मुझे भाग दौड़ करनी पड़ रही थी कि मैं किसको कौन सा टॉपिक दूं, किसको क्या करूं, और न रिस्पॉन्ड करूं तो ये सोचेंगे अच्छा पूछा इन्होंने, मैंने पूछा और उन्होंने 5 मिनट में हमको रिस्पॉन्ड कर दिया था। इट वाज अ डिफिकल्ट सिचुएशन। आई एम सो हैप्पी। So whenever I come to this place, it's like homecoming. One of my daughters is also married in Gujarat, so wonderful feeling. I know each member of the EMRC here. दूसरी चीज जो मैं बोलूंगा कि आप स्वयं प्रभा पर इसको लाइव दिखा रहे हैं, इसलिए बहुत बातें मैं नहीं बोल पाऊंगा है ना, जो जो बोलनी चाहिए और शेयर करनी चाहिए, लेकिन फिर भी with all the restraint that I need to have, because it is going live and it is getting recorded also, so I'll try to hold myself to quite a great extent. And now I don't know what to say. You know, the whole problem is that I've got a written speech, but then I think I'll just go by some new ideas that have emerged. Friends, a lot of changes have been taking place in the recent past as far as education is concerned. We are talking about new education policy. We are talking about Higher Education Commission of India. We are talking about the limitations of universities and colleges. A number of things are being discussed. And in the process, what has happened is I've been traveling extensively, length and breadth of the country. It is such a good situation that I'm caught up with. Here we are academic leaders. Here we are young people, young faculty members who are enthusiastic to make MOOCs. But one thing I must just tell you, making MOOC is not easy. You got to work hard. I've been a good teacher otherwise, but in the last 6 years, I've not been able to make one MOOC because I've not got time or whatever, because what we would like to do is, as Mr. Pandya was saying, it has to be a serious job. And it is going to stick with me all through. I can get away with the class, but then I can't get away with one MOOC which I develop and it doesn't carry on. So it is not an easy job. So here we have all kinds of audiences, and I think we can address something for everyone. जो सबसे बड़ा चैलेंज मुझे दिखता है कि आज डिजिटल एजुकेशन के विषय पर जो लोग तय करते हैं बहुत कुछ, वो शायद उतने डिजिटल savvy नहीं है जितना यंगर जनरेशन है। तो जो मैं नहीं हूं वो स्टार्ट करे तय करना, अगर उनके लिए जो इसमें savvy है, तो एक बड़ी डिफिकल्ट सिचुएशन हो जाती है और एक हमारी लिमिटेशन हो जाती है। इसलिए फर्स्ट थिंग दैट द academic leaders need to understand is that they have to accept new ideas coming from the younger generation and then probably see whether it works or not. Because otherwise you may make any kind of policy, you may make any kind of thing. It will not work because it is not convenient for the younger generation as they aspire and as they look forward to as their life is concerned and education is concerned. जब हम सारे इंडिया में जब ट्रैवल कर, थोड़ा इनकोहेरेंट रहूंगा क्योंकि मैं जो भी आ रहा है इच्छा वो बोल रहा हूं, जब मैं सारे इंडिया में ट्रैवल करता हूं तो देखता हूं कि कई स्टेट्स में बहुत रेजिस्टेंस है. दे डोंट वांट दिस न्यू एजुकेशन पॉलिसी टू फ्लोट. The reasons may be political, reasons may be whatever, but there is a lot of resistance. When I am attending a meeting and the government servants are also there, they are looking at their political masters. And hence they are kind of resisting as far as digital education is concerned. Now let us talk about national education policy, new education policy that we talk about. At this point of time, only 27% of gross enrollment ratio is there. Government has an ambition to raise from 27% to 50% by 2035. We are only left with 12 and a half years left to double the gross enrollment ratio of this nation. Now, can it be possible? There are 1100 universities existing in this country. There are 40 to 50,000 colleges in the country. The teachers, those who are opposing it, also feel sometimes that, it will eat away their jobs, which is absolutely ill-founded, which is not right. Because when we start talking about 50% gross enrollment ratio of this population, then I think we are doubling it. And I'm so sure that in 12 years' time, you cannot come up with 1100 universities and another 50,000 colleges. It is digital, which is the only way that you can reach out the far and farthermost. There are social and economic barriers. There are geographical barriers where people have not been able to associate themselves with education. The government is extremely concerned about those people, and it wants that the education should reach the doorstep of these people. And if we are failed in our duty, I don't think so. We are a democratic country. In democracy, these are basic rights of an individual. This is how the government thinks, and very ambitious. I think we must all step in and start working towards it. So raising from 27% to 50%, there are geographical barriers, there are learning habits. Some people talk about learning habits also of the younger generation. When we start developing MOOCs, we need to be careful about how the students think. साहब भी बता रहे थे कि 13 मिनट्स का एक स्पैन होता है जिसमें बोर हो जाता है आदमी. ये हमेशा से रहा है. ये हमेशा से इसलिए रहा है, अगर आप किताबों की भी बात करते हैं तो चैप्टर्स इसीलिए होते हैं, और वो चैप्टर तब होता है कि जब आप फील करते हैं कि यहां पर आकर के स्टूडेंट रुक जाएगा. कई बार ऐसी स्थिति उत्पन्न हुई होगी जब आप नॉवल पढ़ते हैं या कोई कोर्स पढ़ते हैं या कोई किताब पढ़ रहे होते हैं, और अब पढ़ते पढ़ते आप बोलते हैं घर में कि जरा खाना खा लो, तो बोलते हैं 15 मिनट और बस. इसका मतलब आपका भी अटेंशन लेवल है, और वो 15 मिनट के बाद अगर कंटिन्यू करता चला जाएगा और चैप्टर नहीं चेंज करेगा तो शायद उस किताब को खोलेगा भी नहीं. इसलिए आपको ब्रेक तो देना ही पड़ता है. लेकिन थोड़ा सा मैं 13 मिनट और 12 मिनट में सर संकोच करता हूं कि जिस स्टूडेंट का अगर अटेंशन लेवल 12 और 13 मिनट का ही हुआ तो स्टूडेंट छोड़ करके बाकी सब कुछ कर सकता है. टू बी ए स्टूडेंट, हमारे तरफ तो बहुत पुराने 4000 वर्ष पहले कहे गए थे, काग चेष्टा, बको ध्यानम, श्वान निद्रा, अल्पाहारी, गृह त्यागी, शिष्यम 5 लक्षणम. काग चेष्टा मतलब क्रो की जैसे प्रैक्टिस, चेष्टा करने वाला. बगुले की तरह ध्यान, जो घंटों एक टांग पर खड़ा रहता है और मछली की तलाश में रहता है. श्वान निद्रा, जो कुत्ते की तरह सोता है और खट नींद से जाग जाता है और कम खाता है, और गृह को जो त्याग सकता है वही सच्चा शिष्य है. ये 4000 वर्ष कह गए. और क्रो वो, it is the smartest bird in the research is being done today. We knew that the crow is the smartest bird amongst birds. So कहने का अर्थ ये कि 13 मिनट में और 12 मिनट में अगर अटेंशन हिलने लगे और वो डॉक्टर बन जाए और ऑपरेशन 12 घंटे चले, तब तो हो गया स्टूडेंट का भी हाल. इस मन को ही संभालना, चाहे आप योग करें चाहे आप जो करें, लेकिन इस मन को ही, आदमी और जानवर में क्या फर्क है? दोनों को शरीर है, दोनों का मन है. हमारा भी मन करता है और उनका भी मन करता है. तीसरी आती है बुद्धि, जिसमें मनुष्य की बुद्धि थोड़ी ज्यादा है और जानवरों की बुद्धि थोड़ी कम है। और उसके बाद आती है आत्मा, और आत्मा के ऊपर आती है परम आत्मा। People are doing lot of research on animals also whether they have soul or not, right? जहां तक आत्मा और परमात्मा की बात है वो इंसान में ही है। इसलिए हम मन से ऊपर उठें और बुद्धि का प्रयोग करें और अपने आप में संयम लाएं, ये आवश्यक है, नहीं तो आप मनुष्य की योनि में हैं ही नहीं। ये जो वेस्टर्न वर्ल्ड से हम थोड़ा सा डिफर इसलिए करते हैं कि वो फ्रीडम चाहते हैं लाइक एनिमल्स, we want to restrain it as human beings. The higher you are in the society, let me tell it very clearly, the higher, even in the Western countries, Prince Charles could not have married unless the rules were changed. Anybody in England could marry 10 times, but the king's family or the queen's family cannot marry twice. He married, the rules were changed, and then he became king now. लेकिन जितने आप हाई सोसाइटी में रहेंगे उतने आपके डोंट्स होते हैं। इसलिए आप मनुष्य की श्रेणी में तभी जाते हैं कि ये नहीं करना, ये नहीं करना, ये नहीं करना, ये नहीं करना। अगर सभी कुछ कर सकते हैं तो हम मनुष्य की श्रेणी में हैं ही नहीं, हम जानवर की श्रेणी में आ जाते हैं। इसलिए उस मन को थोड़ा होल्ड करना पड़ेगा, क्योंकि पढ़ाई इतनी सरल चीज नहीं है, ये है तपस्या। आप सितार का रियाज 15 मिनट में नहीं कर सकते, आप क्रिकेट का रियाज 10 मिनट में नहीं कर सकते हैं। कोई भी चीज आप ले लीजिए, ये तपस्या की चीज है। और तपस्या 10 मिनट, 5 मिनट, 7 मिनट नहीं। यू आर एक्सट्रीमली गुड इन समथिंग एल्स। आई एम नॉट सेइंग दैट यू आर अ यूजलेस पर्सन, नो, बट देन फॉर एजुकेशन आई थिंक यू नीड टू हैव मोर contain and control on your mind so that you work harder. To achieve the digital education, coming back to CEC, I'll just make a few comments and that's all about. We have adopted two ways. One is digital education through MOOCs and the other is documentaries. Now friends, when I say about the policy makers, I was attending this Prakriti Film Festival, International Film Festival, conducted by CEC at Madurai. There were such beautiful films and such good education programs. The policy makers can never fathom that one of the documentaries named and titled as The First Flight was shot for 600 hours and the documentary was only for 45 minutes. 600 hours you shoot and then the documentary comes out for 45 minutes. From Gujarat, EMRC, Prashant ji had made a film on mushrooms. I think 400 hours of shooting and a documentary of about 25-30 minutes. That is what the produced is. तो जो लॉ बनाने वाले हैं, मुझे दुख इसलिए होता है, मैं आपसे शेयर कर रहा हूं अपनी व्यथा। दुख इसलिए होता है कि लोग पूछते हैं कि 10 to 5 इन्होंने क्या किया। अरे 10 to 5 की क्या बात कर रहे हो, यहां 600 घंटे की बात कर रहे हैं हम। यहां बात कर रहे हैं दो बर्ड्स की, who meet, who mate, who hatch eggs and then he takes the first flight. The whole process is of about 5 months. And if it is 5 months, you use 3 cameras and continue to record and record and record and record with data and statistics of research, and then you produce as a documentary for your good, for educational purpose, and then you ask me, 10 से 5 आप थे? मत पूछो हमसे, हमारा काम ही निराला है। क्योंकि ये समझना आवश्यक है कि हम किस कठिनाइयों में काम करते हैं। ये जो फिल्म अभी ऑस्कार मिला है, जिस गाने को 90 डेज शूट किया है, वो एक 5 मिनट का गाना, तब हम ऑस्कार की बात करते हैं। 500 करोड़ रुपए लगाते हैं आप और 2 घंटे की फिल्म बनाते हैं। हम जब फंडिंग की बात करते हैं, तो जब हम बोलते हैं हमारा टेक्नीशियन, तो आप सोचते हैं हमारा टेक्नीशियन प्लम्बर है, आप सोचते हो कि हमारा टेक्नीशियन इलेक्ट्रिशियन है, हमारा टेक्नीशियन बड़ा अजूबा है जिसकी मार्केट में 1 लाख रुपए पर मंथ प्राइस है. You cannot compare our way of working and our job profile. It is absolutely different. इसीलिए एकेडमिक लीडर्स को थोड़ा संवेदनशील होना पड़ेगा, क्योंकि ये आपके लिए नहीं है, लेकिन जो कर रहे हैं उनको इस डिफिकल्टी का पता चलता है. हम ट्रांसलेशन कर रहे हैं, हमने 12 लैंग्वेजेस में ट्रांसलेट करना शुरू किया है. बड़ा अच्छा है, पॉलिसी है, बिकॉज ईच स्टेट, नोबडी शुड बी लेफ्ट बिहाइंड जस्ट बिकॉज द लैंग्वेज इज नॉट देयर, राइट? So it need to be available to all students across the country so that they are able to pursue it. But अब ट्रांसलेशन में जब डिस्कशन शुरू होता है तो सारी बातें समझाने के बाद कि गूगल के ट्रांसलेशन में है, गूगल ठीक है, ऑफिशियल लेटर्स ट्रांसलेट कर देता है, उसको वर्ड में भी. यहाँ आईटी के भी लोग होंगे, वो ज्यादा समझदार होंगे मुझसे, क्योंकि मुझे आईटी के बारे में नहीं मालूम है, मैं मैनेजमेंट स्टूडेंट. लेकिन थोड़ी मेरी व्यथा ये समझिए कि जब हम ट्रांसलेशन की बात करते हैं तो जब एक टीचर ने एक कंटेंट को लिखा तो उस कंटेंट के पीछे भाव है. समझ रहे हैं आप? भाव, फीलिंग, इमोशन. द मोमेंट यू ट्रांसलेट इट इन सम अदर लैंग्वेज एंड समवन एल्स ट्रांसलेट इट, दैट इमोशन गेट्स लॉस्ट. Reader will not be as glued to it as it was in the original language and the person had read it. So for one person, the content may be extremely good. For the other person, the same content translated in another language, because the bhav is lost, then we'll start talking about 13 minutes, 20 minutes, 50 minutes, you know. It attention level नहीं है, उसका मन नहीं लगता है, ये कठिनाई हो जाती है. दूसरी बात अगर हम करें कि हमारे पास अभी YouTube पर जो है वो 400 years का कंटेंट अवेलेबल है. 400 years का कंटेंट अवेलेबल. अब इसको ट्रांसलेट करें. डू यू अंडरस्टैंड हाउ डिफिकल्ट इट इज फॉर अस टू ट्रांसलेट इट इन ईच लैंग्वेज एंड सिंक द लिप? द सिंकिंग इज नॉट इजी. उसी मुंह को मैं तमिल में करूं, उसी मुंह को मैं मलयालम में करूं, उसी मुंह को मैं उड़ीसा में उड़िया में करूं, उसी को मैं उर्दू में करूं. ये बड़ी डिफिकल्ट सिचुएशन हो जाती है किसी भी एमआरसी सेंटर के लिए. हमारा प्रपोजल रहता है इसको रिक्रिएट कीजिए. थोड़ा सा पैसा लगेगा क्योंकि आप ट्रांसलेशन का भी पैसा दे रहे हैं. रिक्रिएट कीजिएगा तो उसी कंटेंट को कोई दूसरा आदमी उस लैंग्वेज में करेगा तो भाव भी रहेगा और अच्छा कंटेंट भी निकल करके आएगा. लेकिन कई बार होता है वो गूगल लास्ट में जब सारा डिस्कशन हो जाता है तो कोई स्पैनर गूगल का फेंक देता है, फिर हम लोग रह जाते हैं कि ठीक है भाई, इसमें थोड़ा पैसा कम लगेगा. कभी कभी ये भी बात चल जाती है कि नीचे सब टाइटलिंग कर दीजिए. ये मैंने इन लोगों से सीखा है, थोड़ा जो समझता हूं इनकी कठिनाइयां, और इसका निदान खोजने की कोशिश करता हूं और सही जगह पर लड़ने का भी प्रयास करता हूं. अब वो सब टाइटलिंग कर दीजिए, बहुत अच्छा है, सब टाइटल से भी पता चल जाता है. लेकिन एक कैमरे का व्यू 100% होता है. जब आप क्लिक करते हो कैमरा को तो कैमरा पीछे के बैकग्राउंड का ट्रीज भी उतने शार्पनेस से लेता है, आपका फेस भी उतने शार्पनेस से लेता है, ग्रास भी उतनी शार्पनेस से लेता है, सब कुछ शार्प रहता है. 100% व्यू है. लेकिन आप उसी में अपना फोटो देखेंगे और आप अपने जब जूतों को देखेंगे तो आप अपने चेहरे को नहीं देखते हो, दिखता ही नहीं है. आपका 10% विजन हो जाता है कैमरे का. तो आदमी जब सबटाइटल पढ़ता है ना तो वो कंटेंट जो बता रहा है वो तो दिखता ही नहीं है, उस पर ध्यान ही नहीं है. और अगर ध्यान नहीं है तो उसको बेचारे को किताब दो भाई, वो पढ़ लेगा. आपने उसको कहां पहुंचा दिया? हम चाह रहे हैं ऑडियो विजुअल, बट हियर इज द सिचुएशन दैट ही जस्ट रीडिंग इट. हम भी इंग्लिश मूवीज देखते हैं और स्पेनिश मूवीज देखते हैं तो कंटेंट ही पढ़ते रह जाते हैं, हीरो और हीरोइन की एक्टिंग तो भूल ही जाते हैं कि क्या है. So it is merely a narration kind of thing. So we need to realize that subtitle काम चला देता है, लेकिन वो पर्पस आप उसको एक्सपेक्ट कीजिएगा कि उसका अटेंशन लंबे समय तक एग्जिस्ट करेगा. ये बड़ा डिफिकल्ट प्रोपोजिशन है. इसलिए कई दिक्कत हैं. हम डॉक्यूमेंट्रीज बनाते हैं, मूक्स बनाते हैं, और मूक्स में हम यही चाहेंगे कि आप सब बड़े ध्यान से मेहनत करके, जो इन्होंने जो चाबी खोली है सहस्रबुद्धे जी ने, समीर ने, कि ताला वहां खोलेंगे पूरी, अभी चाबी डाली है, mind boggling. These are very, very subtle truths which probably this workshop will handle. And I think we need to learn. मेरे पास समय नहीं लगा कि मैं लर्न करता, नहीं तो मैं भी एक मूक्स बनाता। हमको बहुत लोग जिद करते हैं कि एक मूक्स तो बनाइए, लेकिन वो समय नहीं लगा, क्योंकि कोई चीज सेकंड ग्रेड नहीं करना है। इससे अच्छा है कि दूर रहो, क्योंकि ये आपके साथ चिपकेगी। अभी तक तो ये बहुत पढ़ रहे थे ना कि मैं अच्छा टीचर हूं और अवार्ड मिला, सब खत्म हो जाएगा एक मूक बनाने में। तो इसलिए अभी मैं क्यों बनाऊं जब तक मैं पूरी मेहनत से न बना सकूं। तो आप लोगों को बहुत बहुत शुभकामनाएं। we are facing challenges, but then we are going to fight these challenges and work towards it. We've got 21 media centers. I'll show you a film of CEC, what we do and how have we grown over a period of time. We're still struggling, लेकिन एक चीज जाते जाते ये बोलूंगा, कम व्हाट में, अच्छा मूक बनता है नहीं बनता है। सन 17 में मूक स्टार्ट हुआ विद 4 क्वाड्रेंट। मैं 18 से इससे जुड़ा हूं, जनवरी से। वी हैव वर्कड वेरी हार्ड फॉर दिस। आई कैन टेक द प्राइड दैट वी आर इन 860 मूक्स नाउ विद अस, right, developed by us. And जो डिजिटल यूनिवर्सिटी की बात हो रही है, उसमें 8 कंप्लीट डिग्रीज ऑफ 62 कोर्सेस का कंटेंट हमने ही बनाया है। बाकी बनाने वाले अभी पीछे हैं। हमने 28 फरवरी का डेडलाइन दिया था, 28 को हमने डिलीवर कर दिया सरकार को। हम बना रहे हैं, पता नहीं कौन रन करेगा, लेकिन हम चाहते हैं हम ही यूनिवर्सिटी होते, हम ही डिग्री भी बांटते। लेकिन चलिए देखते हैं क्या होता है। तो हमारी अचीवमेंट्स काफी हैं, हम मेहनत कर रहे हैं, आप भी इस ओर अग्रसर रहे। समीर लोग तो बहुत enthusiastic है towards these, and she has got checkpoints in her MOOC courses also, which I understand, if I'm right. Yeah. So these people are there. हमें ये सोचना है कि अच्छा हो बुरा हो, सरकार की कुछ आवश्यकताएं हैं, जो हो सकता है बजट, हो सकता है कई चीजें होंगी जिसके कारण हम लोग बहुत फास्ट नहीं मूव कर पा रहे हैं। लेकिन ये ध्यान रखिएगा कि 20 years down the line, when there would be more funds, better technology and better MOOCs coming up, I can take and you can take pride that you laid the first brick of MOOCs in this country. Now that is the pleasure that I need to derive. जिससे लोग बोलते थे कि सन 62 की लड़ाई चाइना के साथ हमने भी लड़ी थी, तो हम भी कहेंगे कि MOOCs अगर इस देश में आया है तो उसकी पहली ईंट हम लोगों ने रखी थी, और इसका आनंद आप भी लें। धन्यवाद।
Thank you very much, sir, for your such a thought-provoking address. और आपके इस उद्घाटन समारोह में सहर्ष उपस्थिति के लिए गुजरात विश्वविद्यालय आपका बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद एवं आभार प्रकट करता है। The Consortium for Educational Communication, CEC, is one of the inter-university centers established by the UGC. It was founded with the intention of meeting the demands of higher education through the powerful medium of television as well as through the right use of modern ICT tools. Here we are showing a short AV about CEC.
From ancient Bharat to modern India, education has always occupied a place of prominence in Indian culture and tradition. Nalanda, Taxila, and Vikramshila, the world-famous centers for learning, were the epitome of such education and attracted students from the remotest corners of the planet. Ancient India has given the world wisdom, yoga, Ayurveda, and classical art forms. And today, CEC, Consortium for Educational Communication, has stepped forth to build a digital learning environment to emulate the ancient Indian education system, to provide quality-enriched educational resources integrated with human values and culture on digital platforms to the remotest learners. CEC was established in the year 1993 as a pioneer of digital education in the country to address the issues related to higher education. CEC is the national coordinator for Swayam MOOCs and 11 Swayam Prabha DTA channels to address higher education needs through digital media, to take education to the remotest learner. CEC has its 21 Educational Multimedia Research Centers, EMRCs, spread across the length and breadth of the country, with more than 400 trained workforce, state-of-the-art equipment and infrastructure. Besides owning the largest digital educational content repository in Asia, CEC has more than 16,000 videos spread across 74 subjects, approximately 24,000 e-courseware modules, over 19,000 short learning objects, more than 8,000 live and recorded lectures, 1,252 massive open online courses on the Swayam platform. CEC has created e-courseware modules based on the UGC model curriculum, moving towards CBCS compliance, developed by Pan-India subject experts, and validated and certified through a two-stage peer review process. It is a complete learning package containing question banks with MCQs and assignments, providing instant assessment of learning outcome. It can be accessed free of cost. CEC has developed approximately 24,000 e-content courseware in 87 undergraduate subjects, covering 4 knowledge streams: art, culture, language and literature, social sciences, natural and applied sciences, and management and other professional courses. CEC's YouTube channel has recorded a footfall of over 5.2 lakh subscribers, with more than 4 crore video views equivalent to 453 years of watch time, with top 5 viewing countries across the globe being India, Pakistan, USA, Nepal, and UK. CEC's digital content can be integrated with traditional pedagogy through blended and flipped learning, short learning objects to teach concepts, portable e-content, video on demand through CEC web portal, subject-based content provided locally through LAN. CEC's undergraduate and postgraduate MOOCs are hosted and accredited by various educational institutions pan-India. India has the second largest higher education system in the world. However, our higher education system has its own share of challenges, like low gross enrollment ratio, GER, of 27.1% in higher education sector, scarcity of faculty, infrastructure and facilities, redundancy in teaching practices, various socio-economic and geographic barriers, high cost of higher education, learning habits and abilities, universities in production mode, lack of opportunities to pursue interests. Here, CEC has the capacity to address these challenges by carrying out online content activities which include designing, development, and dissemination of digital educational content, running of e-courses, and conducting proctored online examinations through National Testing Agency, NTA. So far, CEC has issued 42,197 course credit certificates in partnership with Swayam and various host universities for Swayam MOOCs examination. Further, CEC has begun developing educational content in 12 regional languages to increase the accessibility and reach of its online learning resources to the rural populace of India. Moreover, to create ICT-based learning environment in the country, CEC's Prakriti Documentary and Film Festival has gone international. The festival aims at creating awareness and sensitizing people about issues like environment, development, the human rights, and the Swachh Bharat. This event receives overwhelming entries from participants across the world. And CEC organizes its EduTune and EduWrite competition annually since 2018 on themes of digital education. Every year, the educational video competition is organized by CEC, which converges students, filmmakers, and experts from all over India. At CEC, we empower people with the power of knowledge.
Thank you very much. And now I would like to invite Dr. Komal Shah, co-convener of this event, assistant professor at Department of Communication and Journalism, Gujarat University, to deliver a vote of thanks.
Good morning to one and all on the dais and off the dais. It is my privilege and pride to express my vote of thanks to all the dignitaries who made this inaugural function of a national seminar a success and memorable one. On behalf of the organizers EMRC and CEC, I extend my gratitude and thanks to the patron of this seminar, Honorable Vice Chancellor, Sir, Professor Dr. Himanshu Pandya. In spite of his busy schedule and important engagements, he's always made it a point to attend all the events that have taken place in our university. And he's always been encouraging us continuously to endeavor for the best in higher education. And surely, sir, this time we will go ahead not only delivering the educational content, but also giving a content which is useful and learner-centric. Thank you, sir, for being here. We also thank our chief guest for this national seminar, Professor Dr. Jagat Bhushan Nadda, sir, who in spite of his busy schedule and having a responsibility to handle 21 EMRCs all through the country, has made it a point to attend this inaugural function and traveled all the way through Delhi to be here. Thank you, sir. And we assure you that we will be in a meditative state of mind and we will deliver the MOOCs the way that you desire. Thank you so much for your guidance. We are also thankful to Dr. Samir Sahasrabudhe, sir, who has helped us not only in designing this whole workshop, but also to get the best of resource person from the country to be here. He's also going to deliver the keynote address very soon, the keys which he has pressed in his opening statements. So we all are eager to hear him. So we are thankful to you, sir, for being here. Thank you so much. We are thankful to all the eminent ACEC members of Gujarat University for being present over here, the heads and the directors of Gujarat University for gracing this occasion and making this inaugural event a memorable one. Your presence here motivates us more to move forward. We are thankful to all the invited speakers of the national seminar for accepting our invitation and traveling from various parts of the country and making it to this event and making this seminar a memorable one. Your guideship and insights will help us move forward. Thank you. We would also like to thank our collaborator, CEC UGC, whose support has enabled us to experience this meeting and this seminar. We are also thankful to all the registered participants who are willing to contribute to digital media space in higher education and have taken this first step of getting towards their dream fulfilled in terms of creating digital content in higher education. Your enthusiasm and your engagement will make this a truly rewarding experience. Thank you to all the participants. We are thankful to all the staff members of EMRC, especially Bharat and Prashant, because I have experienced that they have been on their toes since midnight, and they have been doing at the best to make this event a warm and welcoming one. We are also thankful to the director of EMRC, Mr. Naresh Dave sir, who has always been encouraging one and all in the staff to strive for the best that they can give towards the seminar. Thank you, sir. At last, I'd like to thank to all who have participated over here and taken the time out to attend this event and gain the best they can from this national seminar. Thank you so much. Thank you for being here.
Thank you very much, Dr. Komal. After the end of this inaugural ceremony, we will have a short break of 5 minutes and then technical sessions will begin. Once again, we wish you very best and fruitful outcomes of this seminar. Now please raise for the national anthem. धन्यवाद. जय हिंद.